Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Here's the thing. If Valdez cannot make the weight anymore and he vacates, let Carl Frampton and Shakur Stevenson get it on for the title. Come on now. No time to waste. There's no time to waste, Dre.
Boxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold it back on my pay-per-view. Me.
My job. I know my job. I know my situation. I want to fight. That's what I'm doing.
Production.
Fight is gonna be very difficult for both of us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another spontaneous edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside Michael Gross, and we bring you a live interview coming to you fresh off, I guess, Media Row or Newsline Headline Central. WBO has ordered Oscar Valdez to face Shakur Stevenson of Newark, New Jersey. You just seen him on ESPN putting on a show, and we look to have him on the show right here in a few minutes. So this is what we're going to be discussing. We'll be talking some Shakur, some Oscar Valdez, purse bids. Will this happen? Will it be Frampton? Get his thoughts on whether it's Valdez or Frampton. You know, and obviously jump out to Mike and all the other callers out here. Let's get to my co-host Mike in Indiana. What it do?
Dazn Production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
Boxingvoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. He stayed out for 47.
A man stand up for what he believes in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it. Boxingvoice.com.
Yo, welcome back to everybody out there in the TBV universe. Have a very, very good interview coming with Shakur Stevenson, coming off a very big KO victory over Alberto Guevara. I can't even say his last name, but yeah, knocked him out, put him down, hometown debut. This young man is a truly a special talent in the ring. Last 4 fights, 3 of them ended in a knockout victory or a TKO. So he's been on the rise, and I'm liking the fact that we're not seasoning the chicken, Ness. I'm liking we're not seasoning the chicken. Let's go right and get that title shot.
Well, we're not necessarily sure about that, right? This is just the WBO mandating whether or not Andre Ward, James Prince, Top Rank decide to season. We don't know just yet. This is just the order from the sanctioning body in which Shakur is actively paying his fees and dues. Whether or not he chooses to move forward with this purse bid and mandation is yet to be seen. But hopefully we'll get him on the show. He's scheduled to be on in the first couple of minutes, so we'll have him answer all those questions. But talk to me about style matchups. If it is Valdez, what are you expecting?
I really haven't seen too many Oscar Valdez fights. I think I've seen like maybe 3 or 4 of them. Every time he fights, you know what I'm saying, he's not really overwhelming, you know what I'm saying, for me. I do remember the Scott Quick fight very vividly, even though Scott Quick came on in overweight. And like I told you, Ness, he broke Scott Quick's jaw, not the other way around. You tried to correct me one day. But yeah, man, that fight was a dog fight, but I don't expect it to be a dogfight with Shakur because he's not that kind of boxer, you know what I'm saying? Like, he uses his range and boxing ability to really nullify anything that the opposition is bringing at him. Right now, Oscar Valdez, in my opinion, at 126, is behind a Leo Santa Cruz, is behind a Gary Russell Jr. I believe.
When you say behind, you mean what? Talent-wise?
I just think those two guys will beat Valdez and beat Warrington too.
So what about the explosiveness of Valdez? He's a, big left hook guy, loves to go to the body. How do you see Shakur matching up with that? Or do you think that it's simply down to the jab that nullifies all that?
I think when you go to the body, you always give yourself a better opportunity of a stoppage if you invest in it early. And we seen Shakur in his last fight, the guy he was fighting. When he started going to that body, the guy just couldn't take it. Like he was shooting that left hand like a pool stick right down the middle, and he was doing it at range too. And so I just feel like Oscar Valdez, man, I don't want to seem like disingenuous because I'm you know what I'm saying, but it is Shakur Stevenson, and he has a Olympic medal, silver. Some people thought he won the gold medal match, and he just has that swagger about himself that we all see that this kid is going to be a multi-division world champion one day.
But some people feel that he doesn't have the power and he won't be able to deal with the power of Valdez.
I mean, you could say that, but at the same time, guys are not just rushing him. You know what I'm saying? Out of all this fighting, none of the guys are just rushing him. They're respecting something there. So it got to be some kind of pop to make you respect him. And again, he goes to the body and just a accumulation to me can overwhelm just a one hit knockout kind of power guy. If you are accurate and you are good with your punch placement and they all have a little pop on them, then to me that's can be better than a guy who just has one kind of punch, a kind of power. Unless you, of course, your power is like Deontay Wilder, where one punch equals night.
So, according to the headlines, the WBO now officially ordered Oscar Valdez to defend his featherweight world title against Shakur Stevenson next. A purse bid has been scheduled for Friday, August 2nd.
Why do you think the purse bid? I mean, I know it's like semantics, but will it even get the purse bid? Is not Oscar Valdez on top, right?
He is, but he's also trained now by Canelo's trainer, who they like to double as managers every now and then, right? So who knows what they're telling him? Maybe they think it's not in his best interest to stay at that weight. Remember that Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley spoke about that on the ESPN telecast. We don't know. But, yeah, you got a promoter, but then you got a manager. Manager might want more money for his fighter for Shakur Stevenson title defense, or he might just, they might strategically decide on dropping it, and we do see a Shakur at Frampton for the vacant title.
That's a real possibility. And also, I did see something with Jamil Herring and maybe Oscar Valdez. They had a few. Do they have a feud going on or something like that?
A feud?
I mean, I think I've seen a headline that said Jamil Herring, Oscar Valdez at full of BS. He's lying about something. I don't know. I mean, maybe I need to go and do more research. I think I just seen a quick little a headline, but I think the route for Oscar Valdez moving up will be probably facing Jamil Herring. So I think if he does decide to move up and go to 130, he'll probably will be facing Jamil Herring. And I can't say that a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Carl Frampton is not a good fight for the title. I mean, I think that's the kind of fight that gives both guys kind of, pedigree. You beat Carl Frampton if you beat a young phenom like Shakur Stevenson, and if you're Shakur Stevenson, you beat a former champion who is, I think, 2017 or 2016 fighter of the year. Like he won it in the States and won it over in Britain too.
Well, for those that think, Shakur can't take the power of Valdez, I mean, he just posted that he was sparring with Yordani Ulgas. He did 8 rounds with Ulgas. Remember, we had another bantamweight on the show. Not the Shakur is one, but we had a 118 pounder on the show, and he let it be known he doesn't spar above 122. Shakur's at 126, and he's sparring with Urgas that was not at 147 at the time of sparring because it wasn't his weight in day. No welterweight walks around at 147 if it isn't weigh in day. And obviously he spars Terrence Crawford as well. So I don't think that the power of Valdez is going to be anything that Shakur isn't ready for.
Him and Devin Haney, I believe, been in the ring back in the day. I think I seen a sparring video of him and Haney.
I'm sure they know each other. So still no sign of him. I don't know if you want to hit him up.
I did. I'm right here on the IG waiting.
Okay.
I gave him the number.
He only ain't got to press 1. Remember, if as long as I know the number, I could go straight to him. But
okay. Do you know? Well, you know the number.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to call in, we'll be taking callers in the meantime. We're discussing obviously the WBO mandating that Oscar Valdez defend his title versus. Go ahead.
Do you think? I mean, I know what you said, season the chicken and stuff, but are you still of that mindset if they are to take the fight?
I mean, yeah, like I would want to see him for sure. Like I don't know anybody he's beat. Who he beat?
You know, the guy he beat, the guy before last.
Yeah, and you gonna tell me something about
Christopher Diaz?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We all know Christopher Diaz.
That's it though. But Diaz is best known for losing to Masaito, whom Herring beat.
Diaz only got one loss.
Yeah, to Masaito, who Herring beat.
Yeah, if he only got one loss, bro, he lost to Shakur.
Oh, really? Pitufo?
I mean, I'd say Christopher Diaz.
Let me see.
Okay, at the time he fought him, he had one loss.
Exactly.
My bad, man. Nostradamus.
Hey, man, it's all good.
It's still a good win, though.
That's a decent win. It isn't a, I'm on world title level win. Like, let's do it. As a Shakur fan, yeah, I mean, I would like to be a bit more sure, but I'm not in the inner circle of the decision making. They know what they're doing. They see what they need to see. Outside looking in, yeah, man. I mean, 126 is loaded, right? And I don't even know how loaded, but he's number 14 in the world. So, like, I'm just saying, we could have put a name on his resume that reassured us. I say, who would that be?
I mean, but we can't say that because we know that from the rumblings of Top Rank and from Unreal Ward that a lot of top names pulled out of this fight against Shakur because they didn't want to take it.
I hear you, man, but we need a name. We needed something in there.
What's the name?
And I don't see nothing.
I
don't see nothing. Look, I will screen share. I see nothing. Nothing. Maybe Toka Khan because he fought Kid Galahad. And that look at where he's ranked. He's ranked below Shakur. Like, there's really nothing in here. I guess Eric Hunter would have been a good test. He's a good vet. But there's nothing. Claudio Morero would have been good, but he's across the street. He's ranked.
Never been really good.
He's ranked above Shakur by 1 ranking. Everyone above him. And I get it. Like, why fight a Morero when you could fight a Valdez for the belt? I get all that. That's the thing. There's no. I still like this Kiko Martinez fight. That's a championship former. Like, he ain't fight a former champion yet. That's not the normal. Like, you normally fight a former champ, then a title shot. But
I mean, not always.
No, I get it. You're special, man. I get it. Listen, Floyd went at 17-0. He's going at what? What is he? Right? Is he right now?
I mean, I think Shakur he ain't got that many fights.
Yeah, he's like exactly 12-0 with 7 KOs.
Yeah, it's 12-0. Like, yeah, so he don't have like a long list of fights, but shit, motherfuckers, I'm ready, man. Like, hey, it's about that time. So
I hear you, man, but he's also 22. But I mean, look, he probably wants to accumulate a Canelo type legacy, so he's starting early.
yep. Get your title at 126, and because we all know he has the ability to move up. You know what I'm saying? He's a big 126 already, so 130 shouldn't be much of a stretch for him. So be a 2 division champ, but before the age of 25, that ain't bad.
So here we have the rankings, and obviously Valdez is the number champion. He's the champion in the
And
WBO.
WBO champion.
Shakur is
WBC
number one.
champion is,
Shakur is number one.
Guerrero.
But check it out. See, and it's gonna be some smoke, and it'll be some Bob Arum, Oscar, ESPN, Dazn smoke, right? So if Shakur gets that fight with Valdez, right, he could end up facing as a mandatory challenger Joet Gonzalez, who just scored a big knockout, right? Or didn't he get upset? Oh, wait a minute. I believe he might have got upset, bro. This weekend he got knocked out, I think.
Ooh.
Oh, no,
Who?
he beat Avila. Okay. So, and he beat the dog shit out of Avila. Now I remember that. No, you remember that? He beat him bad.
Who?
Joet Gonzalez.
Joel. Oh,
He beat him bad. He beat him bad.
I believe.
So that's going to be Shakur or Valdez's mandatory after, they do whatever it is that they do with Valdez and the win, because Joet is number 2. Now, Magdaleno's creeping back up that division. So Shakur could always get the title and then fight these names and get a bigger check.
Yep.
But a Magdaleno fight with him before title would be good because that's a former champ. But I get it. It's like the threat that Magdaleno brings is the same level of threat of Valdez. Might as well go for the shot, and he's already ranked number 1.
Yeah, man. I can't be mad at the way he's been moved, because at the end of the day, the end goal is to get a title shot. And I mean, why? I'm not saying why take those tough fights before a title shot, but at the end of the day, I mean, you want your young prospect to shine. You know what I'm saying? So if he has to struggle, let him struggle in a world title fight. You know what I'm saying? And Oscar Valdez, if he moves up and he has to fight Carl Frampton, I just think he's too long, too big for a guy like Carl, who started, I believe, at 122, right?
Possibly.
So, yeah, man. Can't blame Top Rank. Can't blame Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all for it, man. I'm just trying to see where will it be at, if it's Carl Frampton or if it's Oscar Valdez. Will they do it in LA, or will they do it on the West Coast in Vegas, or will they put it in New York? You know what I'm saying? Or possibly even put it back in Newark if the numbers indicate that he did well last time.
I mean, from the attendance, it looked like he did extremely well.
Yes, it does. It looked like he did really, really good.
Looked like he did extremely well. But a fight like this, they might put it in New York to capitalize on Mexicans too,
Yeah,
put it in Madison Square Garden.
That's why I said L.A., you know what I'm saying? Because it's summertime. I mean, not summer, but we all know.
Yeah, but if you put it
is,
in L.A., then you're making Valdez the A side.
He's a champion, right?
He is, but is he the A side?
I would think so, just because he's defending his belt. Shakur hasn't been a champion yet. Valdez has done multiple defenses, so I don't mean no disrespect, but I just think, yeah, Valdez in this particular fight going into the promotion, he's the A side, but will he leave the A side? No, he won't.
I don't know, man. He may or may not be. The honest truth is Valdez has never faced another name on this level or of this popularity. He just doesn't have that on his resume. He's been given, safety fights, in my opinion, but we'll do a quick Google search and screen share, see if I'm lying.
Oscar Valdez?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I haven't really seen that many Oscar Valdez fights, so for me to really make a
So it looks like he became champion for a vacant title versus Ivani Gravic. That's his biggest name. And that's his biggest name because Ivani Gravic was a champ, beat Billy Dib, but Mariagua, best known for losing. Genevieve Silvinia, best known for losing. Scott Quigg, former champ. That's a good name. That's Scott Quigg's the biggest name on his resume. And we know that's not the up to date Scott Quigg. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean that was a guy who was 3 pounds overweight. So apparently had a broken foot to where he couldn't do road work and some shit like that, and that's why he came in overweight. But Oscar still gave him a title shot and really took a lot of punishment in that fight and gave out a lot of punishment. And the one thing Teddy Ellis always says is the fighter never goes in the ring the fight he was when he leaves out, because something is like every fight something is taken from you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you can say Oscar Valdez got popped, but has he knocked out a guy that we think is as good as Shakur Stevenson?
I mean, he scored 2 knockouts, 1 knockout in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights.
So when the competition
that was
gets
versus
stiffer,
Carmine, who, come on, I don't know who's that. I don't even want to click on that dude's name and waste time.
so my nigga said Carmine. So when the competition gets stiffer, like in most cases, knockouts tend to go down.
I get you, man. But I don't know. I'm not here to bash. I just know that it's not a given that Valdez is the A side. That's how we got on this conversation. He's been, babied for a while. And, his record indicates that. I mean, look, after winning the title is when he fought a former world champ. Ivani Gravic was always limited. He was a Russian Mexican, and that's actually how he titled himself. So, anyone that wants to just throw caution to the wind and throw punches, boxer's going to pick you apart. Damn, look at Manny Robles Jr. jumped in the rankings in the WBC. Shout out to you.
Manny Robles, he's on Top Rank too, Eric, right?
I'm not sure, man. I think he's with PBC.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
Or he might be a free agent, because I think he got like 2 losses.
Yeah, a lot of good fights at 126 at the top, but once you start digging it too, it's not really that deep. I think 130 is gonna be a good division for Shakur when he eventually moves up.
I mean, if you go, based off Valdez's resume, and you see how many defenses they gave him, right? He got the title vacant, shot versus Ivani Gravic. Again, that was decent because Gravic was already a champ at one point. So then after that, look, he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 title defenses. And out of those 7, 2 names, Mariaga and Quigg, which are worth mentioning. And I don't even think Mariaga's worth mentioning. Again, if I click him, we're going to go down a black hole. But who is Mariaga beat? These names are best known for losing, other than Scott Quigg, who at least was a former champ.
I was gonna say I would wanted to see the IBF mandatory get called, but they just got called with Kid Galahad, so I can understand why they didn't want to wait in those rankings. And when you look at the WBA, they're not going to mandate Leo Santa Cruz, who was the super champion, to fight anybody. And then when you look at the WBC, number 2
he's
in
not
there,
even ranked there. That's what's crazy.
That's Nyambar right there. So WBO is the one to go. I mean, that's the one to go with. I mean, I see why they did Top Rank did what they did. Well, not Top Rank, but they're probably leaning towards it because that's the fastest way that he probably gonna get a title shot.
Sad thing is, he's ranked so high in the IBF. If he wins that title, that he's out of those rankings.
unless you want to season the chicken like you said and possibly wait next year sometime to the IBF calls a mandatory with Josh Warrington. Maybe take a couple more fights. Knock off Jack Tempora or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Knock one of these guys
Bro,
off the
give
ranking.
him Dog Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, he need
Dog
a
Bay like
former champ.
122, my nigga.
Huh?
Trying to get Dog Bay murked out here.
But Magdaleno fought Dog Bay. Oh, so Magdaleno moved up?
I guess so, but Dog Bay is 122, and he was struggling down there.
All right, so he need to move up.
He need to move up.
He can't make weight.
He made weight, and he can't take the punches at 120. He need to move down to 118 and hop in that tournament with a New Way or somebody. Because he, man, Navarrete, god damn.
Well, what's your final thoughts, man? Looks like we've been stood up, and this is just a quick report. We wanted to bring it to you with Shakur on the line, but I don't know. He ain't been hitting up.
Yeah, he ain't even called in. I thought it was going. But yeah, final thoughts is ready for him, man. I'm ready to see if they pursue this opportunity, and if they do, I'm ready to watch the fight. Interesting to see where it's going to be.
Me too. I'm happy that WBO already shook the tree, so now we'll know. It's going to force Valdez and his team to make a decision, which is going to make Shakur make a decision, which will ultimately make whoever Shakur eventually faces in the decision, which from these rankings, it could be Joette Gonzalez, it could be Jesse Magdaleno, and it could also be Carl Frampton, who's number 4. They want it to be Frampton, but will it be? Could be Joette, which would be top-ranked Golden Boy, or it could be Jesse Magdaleno in-house. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, Instagram and Twitter. Majid, you want in on this? All right, well, let me get to these callers then.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Majid, talk to us. What's going on?
Hey man, not much, just at work and shit. But yeah, man. I mean, I'll be excited for that fight, you know, because it didn't answer questions for both of the fighters. Because I got answers for questions about both of them. You know, I mean, at this point, Shakur Stevenson ain't show us shit that he could take the belt. You know, besides an eye test on his natural abilities. You know, and I'm like, Valdez done had some hard fights or whatever. You know, so I just want to. I like to see the fight or whatever to see who better, you know, because I believe that, you know, Valdez got some shit he could work on, you know, but we do not know, have no proof if Shakur Stevenson really could handle that, you know. So, shit, I'm all for it. If the opportunity there, take it. Fuck natural abilities, you know. And I'm like, Valdez. That's all I got, man.
All right, Majid, thanks for calling in. We're going to go out to Machine Gun Matt. Talk to me in Texas.
Yo, what up? Good afternoon, TBV.
What up?
Yo, man, honestly, I like this fight, man. Because, you know, to me, it's about time for them boys over there at Tom Frank to get real tests on them, man, you know. Kind of like they said with the Teofimo fight, man, they need to be in there with boys that ain't going to sit down whenever they feel the power and the skill, you know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like this fight might not happen. I feel like Valdez would just vacate and go to 130, man, because they are saying he's having trouble with the weight. But I would love to see it happen, or even a Carl Frampton fight happen, man, because, you know, it's time for them to get in the ring with, like I said, you know, like Andre Ward said, with some boys that ain't just going to sit down, you know? But, sure. Yeah, man. But that's my call, man. You know, I like Shakur Stevenson, man. He's got the face and he acts like a champion, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see him in there with some real heat.
For sure. Well, Matt, man, thanks for calling in. Mike, that's it. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
Gross1911 on IG and Gross2312 on Twitter.
Catch us on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel right here at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Click that notification bell so you can get a notification every time we go live, as this was a spontaneous show, making it our second of the day. If you love podcasts, catch us on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever podcasts are used. Peace.